Hare. Okay. Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Gopi Janavadama Girivaradari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Janavadama Girivaradari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Vraja Janarandana.
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Vraja Janarandana.
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Gopi Janavadama Girivaradari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Jaya Gopi Janavadama Girivaradari.
Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari.
Yashodanandana Vraja Janarandana.
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana.
Yashodanandana Vraja Janarandana.
Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Yamuna Tira Vanachari.
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Ki Jai.
Jai.
So we continue to read the Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, chapter 11, King Indra annihilates the demons, and we have, oh you can, yeah,
9. No.
we start 9, okay. And on the board is 25 or?
Yes.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Okay, so I'll read all the verse and after we read together. Navayam manyamananam atmanam tatla sadanam giroya sadushochyanam grinimo marma pradana. So, translation by His Divine A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
You demigod think that your own self are the cause of your attaining fame and victory. Because of your ignorance, saintly person feels sorry for you. Therefore also your words afflict the heart. We do not accept them. So it's Bali Maharaj still speaking.
Thank you.
Not sure. Yeah, Bali Maharaj. Okay. So Bali Maharaj speaking to Indra and to the demigods. Now, Shukadev Goswami start again to speak. Chishuka uvacha iti akshipya vibhum viro narachelvira mandana akarna puneha nantik aksheperha tampuna. Translation. Shukadev Goswami said, after thus rebuking Indra, king of heaven, with sharp words, Bali Maharaj, who could subdue any other hero, drew back to his ear the arrow known as Narachas and attacked Indra with this arrow. Then he again chastised Indra with strong words. Evam nirakrito devo vairina tatyavadina namrishyat tad adikshepam dotrahata ivadvipa. Since Maharaj Bali's rebuke were truthful, King Indra did not at all become sorry, just as an elephant beaten by its driver's word does not become agitated. Praharat kurichantasma amogam paramardanaha sayano nyapatad bhumo china paksha ivacharaha. Translation. When Indra, the defeater of enemies, released his infallible thunderbolt, scattered at Bali Maharaj with the desire to kill him, Bali Maharaj indeed fell to the ground with his hairpline, like a mountain with its wing cut off. So there's a little purport actually on this.
Yeah.
In many descriptions in Vedic literature, it is found that mountains also fly in the sky with wings. When such mountains are dead, they fall to the ground, where they stay as very large dead bodies. Yeah, difficult to comment on this.
That's why I thought
So,
that.
we have beautiful mountains flying, and sometimes they fall down.
Mm.
So and big amount of matter stays there.
Mm.
So it's really amazing.
Mm.
I don't know what to say on it.
That's why I write 25th.
Thank you. You save me. Sakayam patitam drishva jambo bali sakha suri abhayayat soridam sakyur atasyapi samacharan. Translation: when the demon Jambasura saw that his friend Bali had fallen, he appeared before Indra, the enemy, just to serve Bali Maharaj with friendly behavior. There's a little bit of friendship between demons. Even between demons, there's a little bit of friendship. We heard before that they was fighting for the nectar, but now they start to become more friendly between them. Sasingavaha sadya gadam hujam yaram matsa jatra atadayat chakram gajancha sumaha balha. The greatly powerful Jambasura, carried by a lion, approached Indra and forcefully struck him on the shoulder with his club. He also struck Indra's elephant. 15. Gada pahara vyahito vricham vivarito gadha janubhyam daranim prishtva kashmaram paramam vayayo. Translation: being beaten by Jambasura's club, Indra's elephant was confused and aggrieved. Thus it touched its knees to the ground and fell unconscious. 16. Tato rato matarina aribhyadacha satevrita anito dvipam utsrija ratam ururue vibu. Thereafter Matali, Indra's chariot driver, brought Indra's chariot, which was drawn by 1,000 horse. Indra then left his elephant and go onto the chariot. 17. Tasya tat pujayan karma yantu danava satamaha shurena jvalata tam tu smaya mano hanan mride. Appreciating Matali's service, Jambasura, the best of the demons, smiled. Nonetheless, he struck Matali in the battle with a trident of blazing fire. They like the fight because he see that there's a new opportunity to fight, so he is smiling when Matali brings the chariot to Indra. It's the mentality of demons. They like when there's opportunity to fight. Sehelujam sudur marsham sadvam halam matari Indro jambasya sankludo vajena parachira. Also the pain was extremely severe. Matali tolerated with great patience. Indra, however, became extremely angry at Jambasura. He struck Jambasura with his thunderbolt and thus severed his head from his body. Jambam shrutva atam tasya yatayo narada rishe namuchista barapakas tatlapetu dvara nirita. When Narada Rishi informed Jambasura's friend and relatives that Jambasura had been killed, the three demons named Namuchi, Bala, and Paka arrived on the battlefield in great haste. Why Narada Muni are prayer? Now, and he's
At the battlefield?
always in the strange house. He's incomprehensible, like Nityananda, you know. He just comes and he's informing the demon side, the family of the demon, that one is killed. It's like he's encouraging the fight to start again, like in the appearance
Kamsa.
of
Kamsa.
with Kamsa, or it's too slow. We want God to come now, so let's put a little bit of pressure that he will come quicker. Vachobi paruche hindram ardayanta syamar masu shaler avakiladmeya darabihira parvatam. Rebuking Indra with harsh, cruel words that were piercing to the heart, this demon showered him with arrows, just as torrent of rain washed a great mountain. Arindacha satanihato alyashvasya balashare tavadvi ardayam hatsa yuga palagu astavan. Quickly handling the situation on the battlefield, the demon Bala put all of Indra's 1,000 horse into tribulation by simultaneously piercing them all with an equal number of arrows. Shatabhyam matarim pakoratam savayavam plitak sakrit sandana mokshena tad adbhutam abudhrane. Paka, another demon, attacked both the chariot with all its paraphernalia and the chariot driver Matari by fighting 200 arrows to his bow and releasing them all simultaneously. This was indeed a wonderful act on the battlefield. Namuchi panchadata bisvana punkem hashubi ahatya vyanadat sankye satoya hiva tayodaha. Then Namuchi, another demon, attacked Indra and injured him with 15 very powerful golden fitted arrows, which rolled like a cloud full of water. Salvata Sharahutena Shakram Sarata Saratim Shadayam Hasu Asura Pravriti Suryam Ivam Buddha. Other demon covered Indra along with his chariot and chariot driver with incessant shower of arrows, just as clouds cover the sun in the rainy season. Okay, so we come to our verse of today. Alakshayantastam ativa vihara.
Alakshayantastam ativa vihara.
Vishukrushu devagana sahanuga.
Vichukrushu devagana sahanuga.
Anayaka shatru barena nirjita.
Anayaka shatru balena nirjita.
Vanikpata binanavo yatharnave.
Vanikpata binanavo yatharnave.
Alakshayantastam ativa vivara.
Alakshayantastam ativa vihara.
Vishukruchu devagana sahanuga.
Vichukshushu devagana sahanuga.
Anayaka shatru balena nirjita.
Anayaka shatru balena nirjita.
Vanikpata binanavo yatarnave.
Vani patha binanavo yatharnave.
Okay, that's
Alakshayantastamativa vihrala.
Alakshayanantam ativavyala.
Vichukrishu devagana sahanuga.
Vichukruchu devagyana sanuga.
Anayaka shatru balena nirjita.
Anayaksha shatru barena niyedita.
Vanik patha bhinnavo yatha nave.
Vanikpata vinanavo yata nave. Adakshayantatam ativa vavara.
Vichukru devagana sahanuga. Anayaka shatru balena nirjita. Vanikpatha vinnavo yatha nave.
Translation word for word. Alakshayanta,
Alakshayantas,
being unable to see.
being unable to see.
Ta,
King
Indra.
Indra,
Ativa,
Ativa,
fiercely.
fiercely.
Sorry. Vivala,
Kerala,
bewildered.
bewildered.
Vichu, Kluchu,
Vichukshusur,
began to lament.
began to lament.
Deva, Gana,
Devagana,
all the demigods.
all the demigods.
Sahahanuga,
Sahanuga,
with their followers.
with their followers.
Shishi Radha Parishvara ki jai,
Jai.
Jagat Parishvara ki jai,
Jai.
Nitai Satchita ki jai.
Jai.
Anayaka,
Anayaka,
without any captain or leader.
without any captain or leader.
Shatru Varina,
Shatru balena,
by the superior power of the enemies.
by the superior force of enemies.
Nirjita,
Nirjita,
oppressed severely. Oppressed severely.
Oblessively.
Vanik Prata,
Vanikpatha,
shadows.
Sadas,
Vinanaha,
Vinanavo,
worship is wicked.
worship his wicked.
Yata Anave,
Yatanave,
as in the middle of the ocean.
as in the middle of ocean.
Translation and purport by Stephen Gaisesi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The demigod, being severely oppressed by their enemies and being unable to see Indra on the battlefield, were very anxious. Having no captain or leader, they began lamenting like traders in a wicked vessel in the midst of the ocean. Should I read again? The demigod, being severely oppressed by the enemies and being unable to see Indra on the battlefield, were very anxious. Having no captain or leader, they began lamenting like traders in a wicked vessel in the midst of the ocean. Please forgive me for my bad accent.
It's okay.
Sometimes I can understand that you will not understand what I say, but I try.
Yes.
French are really bad for English accent. Purport. From this statement, it appears that in the upper planetary system there is shipping, and that traders there engage in navigation as their occupational duty. Sometimes, as on this planet, these traders are shipwrecked in the middle of the ocean. It appears that even in the upper planetary system, such calamities occasionally take place. The upper planetary system in the creation of the Lord is certainly not vacant or devoid of living entities. From Srimad Bhagavatam, we understand that every planet is full of living entity, just as Earth is. There is no reason to accept that on the other planetary system there are no living beings. Om Gyanathinandasya Gyananjara Sharakaya Chakshunmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sadhana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sadivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parikana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavanu Sute Devi Pranamani Hari Priye Panchakalpatarubhyacha Kripa Sindhubhyavevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Prasharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paskatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you to give me this opportunity to read Srimad Bhagavatam, so many verses of Srimad Bhagavatam. And let's read again the verse of today. The demigod, being severely oppressed by their enemies and being unable to see Indra on the battlefield, were very anxious. Having no captain or leader, they began lamenting like traders in a wicked vessel in the midst of the ocean. So, on the purport of Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada speaks mainly about the fact that we are not the only in this universe. There is many living entities in all the different planets on this universe. We have this tendency because of false ego think we are the only. We go on the moon, we go to Mars, we go there, we get all the universe for our enjoyment. But Prabhupada again and again repeats to us that there is living entities everywhere. There is not any spare of space where there is no living entity. This is the matter cannot stay without living entity. So everywhere there is living entity. When the creation starts, Mahavishnu injects the living entity in the matter, and there is always living entity. When there is a creation, there is living entity. There is no universe without living entities. So Prabhupada insists on this fact that on this upper planetary system, there is living entities, and we should not think that they do nothing also. He said that they are doing trade, we say. Sorry for my bad English. So that's good. Okay. Trader. What is traders?
Traders?
Yeah, I should.
TRADERS? Traders?
Yeah.
The people who do this, trading.
Trading.
Trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we say trade.
Yeah.
For saying the activity. So
not the activity, but business.
This is business.
Like business.
Okay.
Yeah. Businessmen.
Okay.
Businessmen. Traders. Like you trade some quantity of like whatever from here to other country. So that traders business.
Okay, when there is exchange
Exchange,
and shipping, all this.
Your français trader.
Français. Il n'y a pas de mot en français pour le business. Oui, ok.
Les échanges.
Oui, les échanges commerciaux. Ok.
Voilà.
So, Prabhupada explained us in this purport that on the higher planetary system, they have also activities. They are doing this business, sending something here and there, and it's not that they are just waiting and doing nothing. So there is activity everywhere in all the different planetary systems. Whenever there is living entity, there is activities. The living entity can never stay without activities. This is a very important fact in our philosophy, that we should never renounce to action. If there is no action, it means death. And the living entity never die. So we cannot stop action. Action should be always there. After, there is different level of action, and this is what we call karma, vikarma, akarma. It's properly described in Bhagavad Gita what are the different actions. And when Arjuna renounced to action, Krishna chastised him actually and said him, you should not stop action, you should act according to your nature. So this is a very important fact, that whenever we will go, there will be always action. And we should never stop this action for pseudo-spiritual advancement, or I'm just meditating, or meditation is action. And action can be different level of action. You can have action with the gross body, but you can have action with the subtle body. And the higher planetary system, actually, they have subtle body. So it's not exactly like us. They're acting on subtle platform. It's said that, for example, Brahma have a body only of intelligence. So he can act only with intelligence. Ourselves, we are always, because of this false ego and identification to the body, we act according to body, and sometimes we use our intelligence, but sometimes we not use intelligence, we act just with the conditionment, the ego and the body. So what we can learn from this is that we should always be active in our spiritual life, and we should try to act for the pleasure of Krishna. This is the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. When Arjuna will stop action, Krishna so chastise him and say, if you don't act, you will be how we call this in English?
Pretender.
A pretender. Because what you will do is you will start to act with the mind, and you will start to meditate on some action and thinking you are not acting, but you are still acting. So what is your use actually to try to stop action? There is no use, because it's impossible. Action is everywhere. Even in spiritual world, there is always action. There is never stop of action. There is even more than in this material world, because in this material world we are limited by the body and by our ego and our body. So we are limited, but in spiritual world, action never stops. Bhakti is constant, is inenter, aituki apratyata, never stop, always. It's never stopping. And for fully satisfying the self, the bhakti should be non-stop. Yayatma suprasidati in this verse. So Aituki Apratyata Yayatma Suprasidati. Sutta Goswami explained that for the devotional service can satisfy fully the self, it should be uninterrupted and without motivation. Personal motivation should be all offered to the Lord. And by this action, the soul is fully satisfied. Even if we are not still pure, if we forcefully, because our mind maybe goes somewhere else, use our body to fully surrender to the spiritual master and to Krishna by doing some action for their pleasure, sweeping the floor, cleaning the temple, chanting the name of the Lord, serving the guests who come. Actually, we are already on pure platform. By the mercy of the spiritual master, we are already on pure devotional service. So this is the point of all this teaching, is that we are not qualified really to control the mind, because even Arjuna reject this practice of controlling the mind. When Krishna is teaching him, he said to control the mind is like control the wind. I don't remember the verse because it's too long.
Chanchalam.
Chanchalam imana Krishna pramati balabhadridam tasyam
Nigraham manya vayu eva sadushkaram.
So Arjuna says, I cannot control the mind. So what to say? Arjuna, who is the eternal friend of Krishna, he say, I cannot control the mind. And we say, I'm a great yogi, I control my mind. When the laddu will come in my mouth. So it's not possible. So we always think to something. And actually, Krishna answered to Arjuna in this point. He said to him, by a proper practice and by detachment, you will manage to control your mind. And after that, he explained what is the best of the yoga is yoginam apisarvesham madgetinam tara atmanam shadavam bhajate yomam same yukta tamo mataha. So he said, this one who always engaged in serving me by devotional service is the best of the yogi. So this is a real practice. This real practice will help us to one day come to control the mind. And when we control the mind, it's not that we will stop with our mind, that our mind will be fully engaged in thinking of Krishna. And we will not even be able to stop of thinking of Krishna and serving him, doing something, massaging his feet, serving him some food, and we will be always engaged. There is this verse in Srimad Bhagavatam, is a very beautiful verse. Tvaimenanya vichaya matir madhupate sakrit lasim
Udvanta adha Tvaime ananya vishaya matir mate swakrit Ratim
udvantadhada gange vogam udavanti. It's a beautiful analogy where it says the mind will flow like the river are flowing, like the Ganges flowing to the ocean. Our mind will flow towards the service of the Lord, to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we see the demons and the demigod, they are good because they are acting for Vishnu. So by their action, they become free of karma, but it not mean that their devotion is still pure. Because they are happy when there is some enjoyment, but when enjoyment is taken away, they become unhappy. So it's not that they are fully surrendered, like Lord Chaitanya praying in the Shikshashtakam, whatever you do, I always want to serve you. You can beat me by your... I never remember the one. So whatever, always I will remember you and try to serve you. And we see in this pastime, I wanted just to speak a little bit on the verse where that Bhavasindhu spoke yesterday. It's interesting because I just read again the verse. Seeing the movement of time, those who are cognizant of the real truth neither rejoice nor lament for different circumstances. So whatever time, whatever happen, good, bad, they know that this is duality of this material world. So they are fixed on transcendental devotional service, so they are not affected. Good, bad, whatever. I'm always Gange Vogam Udavanti. Mind always attract to the Lord. Like the river, if you try to stop it, it will find some other way to go. So in our devotional service, if someone tried to stop us, we should just try another way to continue to serve the Lord. And there will be many difficulty in our service because so many demands in this material world. So always there is difficulty. So we should not be surprised, like Shukanya Mataji, she say, the French, oh la la, so they are really disturbed. What small thing happens, they always have the mind disturbed by many things.
Yeah.
So this is one thing that we can see in this conditionment in French culture. We are really disturbed by small things. And in this verse after, Bali Maharaj say, therefore, because you are jubilant due to your victory, so attached to the result, if there is victory, I'm jubilant. You should be considered not very learned. So Bali Maharaj is a Mahajan. So spiritually, he is far beyond Indra. He's all his teaching we can take in our life. Maybe, actually it's really good to see some Mahajan who are in demons body because we can at least connect with them in our demon body. Because we all have like demoniac mentality in this material world. So to see a Mahajan with a demon is really nice. We can say, "Ooh, super, I can't follow this." So, but his teaching is quite high because he is a demon, but he is not affected. He's winning, super. He's losing, super. It's the same. Whatever, at the end, we go to Krishna. So we should not be lament, and the details should not be what is disturbing us in our spiritual life. And Srila Prabhupada is amazing for us because he's giving us the faith that whatever we do, if we stay in this boat of ISKCON, of this movement of Sankirtan Yaga given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we will reach the abode of the Lord. He always said, what is the difficulty? What is the difficulty? So we find so many difficulty, so many points to fight. And because sometimes in spiritual life, so when we join this movement, we join with this mentality of fighting, because this is, when you go outside, you see only that, people fighting always. And even in the relation of couple, I can see with my brother, or they always find something to fight. And it looked like they even like, but sometimes they don't like. in spiritual one, we can see also Srimati Radharani. She's sometimes, for stimulating the love of Krishna, she's sending some fierce word like this, and it's stimulating the attachment to the Lord. This is the difference. In material world, we are fighting for the ego, for me and my. But Srimati Radharani, when she's fighting, is for Krishna, because Krishna wants to have more love for her. She wants to feel this love, and so when she's doing it, it's increasing the love of Krishna for Srimati Radharani. So we should not fight in our conditionment. A pure devotee, sometimes we see Srila Prabhupada sending really strong words, but this is always for the pleasure of Krishna when he's doing it. When he's speaking to people like rascal, demon, is to help us that we should realize that we are demon and that we have to go further. Maybe we can be more happy than this demoniac mentality. And this is our in our material life we always fight. And when we come to Krishna consciousness, we have a little bit of this mentality, and we should be very careful, because when we fight with karmi, okay, it's not good, but we are not making real offense to the holy name. But when we are fighting with devotee, we are doing offense to holy name. So this mentality of fighting, and this is a point really important in temple. Everywhere I go, I see in temples there is always some little fight. It looks not so big, but it's why we not crying when we chant the holy name. Actually, if we will be pure without any offense, we will be ecstatic when we chant our japa. But what happens when we chant our japa? We fall in sleep, or we don't know what we are chanting. I love when Balaji is imitating the devil. One round. So this is not pure chanting. We are not on this level of pure chanting, because we are committing offenses to holy name. And we should become free of this tendency to criticize, to see some fault in others, because at least if we keep on the mind, it's not too bad. But sometimes we cannot maintain in our mind, it come out from our mouth, and we do some offenses. So we should try to stop this. At the beginning we will do some, because of past activity and our journey in this material world. So the demigod, we should try to follow a little bit about what they do. They do mistake, and after they ask forgiveness. They are not maintaining their mentality of fighting. So beginning we do fight, we ask forgiveness, and we are released of the offense like this. And progressively we should stop these offenses, and the way to stop it is to actually to give Krishna consciousness to others, because we are always active, so we always act. So our action will be to criticize or to help others to come to Krishna consciousness. And this helping is by seeing how much effort the devotees are doing for serving the Lord. And we can see in this small temple, you are all so much active in serving, because we are a small temple. So devotees should see this and should encourage the devotee to serve. We are not so much in this movement, I mean here in this temple. So we should always be really appreciating to the other devotees who are trying to serve. And we realize when we come to the Mangalati and we are alone to chant for the deities, we feel how it's better to be with others, how it's more tasteful to chant with others. So we should try to always encourage the devotee, and this is what the pure devotee are doing. They are always encouraging others. Jananda Goswami, he always encourages us, and he has this duty of spiritual master. Sometimes he's correct because this is his right to do it. His duty, he has to correct. But we are not spiritual master. I'm not spiritual master of you, so I don't have to correct you. And I should just encourage you, and I should never, I speak for my purification, never correct. I know it's very subtle, but in our mind, because of this mentality of fighting, we want to be Purusha, we want to be superior, and we want to correct. This is a way to think I'm Purusha, actually. When you correct, you think, I know better, so I can correct you. So this is mentality of Purusha. And we have to become free of this mentality, because the living entities are, with Krishna, they are Prakriti, they are serving, they are for the service of Krishna, they are not Purusha. So this is also taught in the Bhagavad Gita by Krishna. He explained this fact of Purusha and Prakriti, and explaining that we are all servants, and our duty is to serve, not to correct others. So this is important in this pastime to see this fighting mentality, and all this verse we read today was mainly on this subject of fighting, and we should not indulge in this. If we have too much tendency to criticize the devotee, we should go out and try to help others to come to Krishna consciousness, because on spiritual platform maybe we can give them. So it's an opportunity to engage this mentality of Purusha, to be a teacher for people who are in the street trying to forget Krishna. So this mentality of Purusha can be engaged in the Sankirtan Yagya. This is why in this age of Kali, Yagya Sankirtana Playa, Yajanti Sumedasa, people who are intelligent, who can understand this fact that they are not Purusha, they are Prakriti, and they can understand by humility that they always have the tendency of Purusha, they should go out. And they should engage this mentality of Purusha in distributing the books. It will help to appease this mentality. And after, when you come back with a devotee, you see them like pure devotee, because you see how they are in the street. And any devotee who go in Sankirtan, usually they have this realization. When you go out and you come back to the temple, you see the devotee and you are so happy to see them. You want just to glorify them. Whatever they do, it's just amazing, because they are trying to engage a little bit in the service of the Lord, or a lot, whatever. They always try. And this is what Prabhupada was doing. Whatever small quality in his disciple was just fanning it to try to increase it, and that this quality will take over all the bad qualities. They say that when there is a quality, if we see the quality in other, it will increase this quality. And if we see the defect, it will increase this defect. So by all of us, if we try to see the quality, this quality in all of us will increase, and we will become more and more advanced in spiritual life. So this is the effect of pure devotee, and this is why when Srila Prabhupada was there, it looked like his disciple was all pure devotees, because he was fanning the qualities of his disciple, and they was exalted devotees by this fanning of Srila Prabhupada. So the conclusion on this pastime and this fighting is that the process in this age of Kali, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Srila Prabhupada, is to try as much as we can to engage in Sankirtan Yaga, and to not see the defect but see the quality in the devotees, and to always appreciate and try to serve the devotee. This is our situation, our activity, and like this we can become we can follow in the footsteps of the big demon Bali Maharaj, and even with the demoniac body we can be a devotee. So this is some points about this fighting, inspiration from this fighting. If you want to have some comment or question or inspiration or correction, please correction.
Actually, you were saying about correcting, because when we correct someone, we try to take the position of Purusha. I just want to better understand this, because I have always learned that sometimes if it helps other person, because they might commit some mistakes because they don't know, and we try to correct them in one way or another, just to help them. For example, last time Maharaj, like during Mangalarati, I think it was, he told that if the conch is blown, we have to immediately, we have to be in cooperation with the pujari and the chant, those who are chanting, it raised up in the same time. Even if we don't have time to chant Srila Prabhupada, it's okay, but it should be stuck when the conch is blown. Like he was correcting, and let's imagine someone is chanting more, and then we should try to say, look, Maharaj said that way, so maybe it's better that you try to end the kirtan when or like so many examples when new people come in the temple, they doesn't know, maybe they didn't wash their mouth and they try to serve, and we should correct them. So very nicely, they doesn't know. We have to do like this. It's also correcting, but I just want to understand, is it also that the mentality we want to use? But I was always thinking it depends on, are you at that level to correcting that person? Because if you are not doing that, you have no right to correct. But if you are yourself following and you do just as an activity to help them, so you can correct in that way. As if you put more light on this, what is bad correcting, and what situation we should correct and we shouldn't.
Yeah, it's a good question. Whenever, because when we correct someone, it's not always that we want to be superior to this person. Sometimes we want to help him, and this is more the mentality of Sankirtan, to help to come to Krishna. So we have to see who is a regular devotees in the temple. It's different than people who come from outside, come to the temple. They come here to learn about Krishna. And actually we should all be in this mentality, but after some time when we stay in the temple, we more think that we are in the house of Krishna and we live with Krishna. But the right mentality is to think always that we are here to learn about Krishna. It's like a hospital, Prabhupada is saying. So, with a devotee who live in the temple, we should it should be our service to correct this person. For example, the head pujari, he have to correct if someone do something wrong in his service of worshiping the deities. If you are a temple leader or ashram leader, you have to correct the new devotee who come for learning about how to practice devotional service. But all this is very subtle, is in our observation. Actually, I heard the class this morning of Prabhupada saying the difference between Kanishta and Madhyamadikari is on this point. The Madhyamadikari know to deal with each devotee. Each one around us, he know this one I can deal like this one I deal with like this. So we should learn this. Who is superior? Who is okay? On spiritual platforms, there is no difference. We are all same level. For pure devotee, you see all pure devotee. Okay. Maybe one day we will have this quality and see only pure devotee. Sorry for that. Me, I'm not like this. So, yeah, I just want to make this point that we should be very careful. Whatever we say, we should do it with consciousness. If we do with consciousness, it's already very good if we do this. And this consciousness is to know what can I say to this person. This person is my leader, so I should not correct him. If he do something wrong, I should go to see his leader, and his leader will correct him. Maharaj, this is his position to correct if someone, actually the sannyasi on spiritual gradation, we can say is the leader for all other brahmana or the kshatriya, the leader of the temple, is responsible for all of us. He should guide all of us. This is the position of a sannyasi. So whatever he say, he should say. And you can see that when he says something, nobody take it with false ego.
Yeah.
When you try to say something, I have so much experience on this. I mean, I don't know, not but it's not. I'm not glorifying me by saying this, but when you say something, people always take with false ego.
Yeah.
When it's not your position, and sometimes even you get this position because your spiritual master asks you to do this service, and when you try, they continue to take on the false ego. So it's because in our voice, in our consciousness, is not the right mood, and the person can feel it. Maharaj, when he says things, anyone who hear, he just think, oh, this is for helping me in spiritual life. But when I will say something to someone else, he will think, oh, why he's thinking that this is superior to me? Because I have false ego. Maharaj don't have false ego, so he can't say. So we have to know, if a guest come, this is your duty to say to him, you have to wash your hands, you have to wash your mouth, you have to wash your feet. According to our culture also, we have to see, you don't ask him to take out his socks and go to the bathroom. Okay, there is some adjustment how to do. But you have to say to him how to come to the temple. And you do very nicely this with the guests, and it's very good what you do to say them. You do this and you say that, after you can come for prashadam, whatever. This is your duty, to guide them. But if you go to Shukanya Mataji and start to say that you should not turn the incense like this when you do the arti, it's not your position. So if you want to you are already Madhyamadika, I don't know, but if you want, you should not do this. This is not my position to say to you. Sorry. So we should act according to the Varnashram Dharma. This is why there is this etiquette, Vaishnava etiquette that we should learn and try to follow. It will help us to protect us against these offenses. And with everyone, you should know what to say to who. And with consciousness, you said it. And like this, you are safe. There's no problem.
Depends on our position. If we are like in our consciousness to correct someone, but I have understood it depends on which position we have. We have the position of authority, so we have to correct. And also consciousness, in which consciousness we are trying to correct is because I have falsely when I want to feel superior to other person, because I have that like sincere desire that if I maybe correct him, he will serve better his spiritual master Krishna. So it depends on like what I've understood from you is our consciousness at that moment, the time of correction, and also our position.
Ultimately, it depends only on consciousness. But because we are conditioned in this body, we try to identify to a position in our movement. It protects us, we can say. But ultimately, it's only consciousness. This is why Maharaj, whatever he says, there is no ego coming, because whatever he says, people will feel it's for Krishna is doing it. But because us is not the fact, when we say our consciousness is not pure, so the person feel, oh, he's saying me this with his ego for feeling him the boss or whatever. So this ultimately is only consciousness, but to protect us, Varnashram Dharma is like a protection, and this Vaishnava etiquette is like a protection who help us to deal properly with everyone in our progress in spiritual life. So there is two levels according to consciousness and Varnashram Dharma. Okay. Thank you for attending. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai,
ISKCON Paris ki jai.